Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to 6 News. So today we're going over the loadouts and gadgets of our brand new Moroccan operators. This includes a slug firing shotgun with an ACOG and also a secondary pistol with zoom optics on it as well. So some incredible stuff. All the footage has been supplied by Thats Rich and Griefdrums as they went to a capture event that I turned down because I wanted to cover the news. Otherwise I'd have been away for more than a day and I would not have been able to cover the news as well. And you guys know I am very passionate about covering the Rainbow Six news. So thanks Rich and Griefdrums for supplying this. Go give them a little subscribe if you appreciate that. So let's go over this. So of course this is our new menu that you'll be introduced to when you boot up the game. And it's a little bit different from usual with this kind of more personal animation of like Nomad coming in here doing some like research. And obviously Cade in the background there just kind of chilling. And it's nice. I get a real Indiana Jones vibe from this. Like I get the feeling that she's Indiana Jones doing all this research about finding hidden treasure. And then behind her is Sean Connery playing the dad. And I don't know what it is, but I just freaking love it. There's just a little bit of personality in this menu screen. So this is what the operator selection screen looks like with the brand new operators icons at the bottom. And of course, we've got Cade, who is the defender. Now, of course, that's not the correct way to pronounce his name. It's like Alibi. Alibi in Italy is not pronounced Alibi, but of course we call her Alibi. So we'll actually just call this guy Kenny from now on. Now, Kenny is on defense, and he is a 3 armor operator, even though he has no armor on whatsoever. So yeah, he's a 3 armor operator. Now, if you know anything about the game, you know that that means he has access to the ACOG. Now, of course, not all 3 armor operators get the ACOG. Sorry, Chichanka. And his gadget is, of course, the Electro Claw, which works like a bandit battery, but it can electrify multiple things within about a 1 meter radius. So either 2 reinforced walls or a bunch of barbed wire. So I cannot wait to get hold of that gadget. It's going to be awesome. And then on attack, we have Nomad. So Nomad is our 2-speed operator. So she is not a 3-speed, even though she kind of looks like one. She is a 2-speed. And she has her air jab launcher, which is a proximity detonated knockback device, or repulsion grenade, as it's called in her bio. So I think she's going to be a lot of fun, and I think we're going to see a lot of really cool videos come out based on this character. Now let's go in depth on the weapon loadout for both of these characters, along with every attachment that these weapons can take. So let's start with Cade. You'll notice that Cade has a rather special pistol here, and both the attacker and defender have access to this pistol, which has a zoom optic on it. The first ever time we've had a secondary that has a zoom optic on a pistol for operators. So that is mental. Now for primary weapons, because we'll come to that pistol later, he's got an AUG A3. Now this is a pretty interesting weapon, 700 rate of fire and a total of 22 damage per shot. And of course mobility is 50, which means absolutely nothing, and a capacity of 31 rounds. This gun can be equipped with the red dot, holographic or reflex sight. And you have the choice of suppressor, flash hider, compensator or muzzle brake. And the grip options are vertical grip or angled grip. But that is probably not going to be your first choice when trying this character out, because he has the TCS G12 shotgun. This is a semi-automatic shotgun with a 10 round magazine, and it says it's optimal for close combat and suppressor capable. However, it fires slugs. It can also be equipped with an ACOG. So all of the objects can be put on this gun, so a red dot, a holographic, reflex, or an ACOG on this slug firing semi-automatic shotgun. So think Vigil shotgun, except it has a magazine full of rounds and it can be fired semi-auto with an ACOG. So this is just it's pretty insane. It's pretty damn insane. And as you can see from the damage stats, it does 84 damage per shot. It's got, of course, a slow rate of fire. Its mobility is 50 and the capacity is 10. Of course, if you do a reload, you'll actually get a capacity of 11 So that's pretty handy. And the only barrel attachments that come with this gun is a suppressor, which is almost the size of the gun. So I think Rainbow probably had to spend the entire barrel budget on just the suppressor. And grips for this weapon is either a vertical grip or an angled grip. So that is the semi-automatic shotgun that does 71 damage per shot. Comes equipped with an ACOG and is on the defender side. So just imagine the spawn camping that's going to happen with this gun. And Kenny's secondary gadgets are barbed wire or impact grenades. And then lastly, we have his bio. So this has a really beautiful picture of Kenny. And of course, it gives his full bio. So if you want to actually pause and read through the entire bio, you can. But we'll go over just the last bit, which is, I think, the coolest bit, because it's always written by a current operator of Rainbow Six Siege. And this one is written by Bandit. So Bandit talks about how Kenny is quite the enigma, and he has quite strict beliefs and traditions and stuff. And he talks about how this guy is quite fascinated by seeing the Rainbow Six operators work without their technology, which is quite funny because this guy uses a really high-tech electric device to nullify those technologies. But of course, it's quite fascinating to read as it kind of goes over how he came up with the kind of design for the electro claw, and it's kind of based on a spider. So it's pretty cool. But I guess you guys are more interested in the loadout of the attacker. So let's move on. So here is Nomad in game. I think she looks damn good. And of course, she has a really nice AK, and that is the AK-74M. So this so the description for this gun says that it fires a lighter caliber than its predecessors. So I don't know what that would actually be, and it certainly doesn't specify. But it has a damage of 44, a fire rate of 650, mobility of 50, which means nothing, and a capacity of 30. Now this is interesting. She has access to the red dot, holographic, reflex, and ACOG, just like most guns. And she also has access to the suppressor, flash hider, compensator, and muzzle brake, just like most guns. However, there's no grip options. She can put a laser sight on the underbarrel, but there is no grip options. Now, Griefdrums also previewed a bunch of the skins that will be coming with this season on this AK. You can also see how they've added a white background to the preview, and you can see there's also the addition of an equip all button for the skins. However, that is not the only assault rifle she has access to. She's also got the ARX-200. This is a heavy-hitting 308 NATO assault rifle, according to its description, and it comes both fully automatic or single shot. However, it only does 47 damage. The AK does 44, so there's actually not much difference. However, this does have a fire rate of 750, whereas the AK has a fire rate of 650. But of course, this weapon has a smaller magazine of only 20 rounds. So I don't actually know which of these guns will be better. I think we'll have to have Rogue 9 investigate and tell us which is actually the better gun. And of course, recoil might be the deciding factor. So just like other guns on attack, she has a red dot sight, holographic, reflex, or ACOG to choose from. And when it comes to barrel attachments, she's got a suppressor, flash hider, compensator, or muzzle brake. Now you might be thinking this gun might be a better choice if you can put a grip on it over the AK, but again, with this gun, there is no grip option. The only other attachment is a laser sight for the underbarrel and no grip attachments whatsoever. Now moving on to one of the most unique guns ever added into Rainbow Six Siege. If the slug fire and semi-automatic shotgun with ACOG already wasn't unique enough, we now have the 44 mag semi-auto handgun, which has zoom optics, and yeah, this thing could be incredible. Again, for the defenders, this could be insane for spawn camping, and for the attackers, it's probably not actually that much use because you already have an assault rifle which you can put an ACOG on anyway, but I guess you can put a close combat sight on your rifle and use this one for range. It's gonna be interesting. So it has a damage of 74. We'll have to see what the damage drop off is on this pistol, but still, it should be good. Like, you know, if you can get headshots with this, you're going to be killing a lot of people. It's got a mobility of 45, which of course means nothing, and it has a capacity of 7. So yeah, that's just It's crazy, right? Let me know what you think about that. A handgun with a goddamn sight on it. Absolutely mental. Now let's go over the bio of Nomad. So of course, yet again, you can pause at any point to read the bio, but we're going to skip through to the notes, and this has been written by Ash. So Ash talks about how Nomad came up with the idea of this modified launcher and repulsion grenades, because these grenades force people back and give them kind of a knockback effect, and it was following one of her expeditions. So she prototyped the attachment herself until her father actually got involved. Her father's apparently a governor, and he was able to pull some strings and get some of the country's researchers and engineers to work on the adhesive compound and the repulsion technology. So apparently, yeah, really, and we did hear this in the blog post about her, she is definitely part of a very wealthy family, and apparently a family that has a lot of power. So they were able to actually develop these gadgets, which are called air jabs, and these grenades themselves are too expensive to mass produce, so she's the only one who's got any to use. So pretty awesome. And it's a pretty compact launcher, but actually it's not as small as we thought from the trailers. It's actually quite a sizable thing, and it looks like they must have actually taken it off the CG trailer, because otherwise we'd have definitely have seen it, because it's actually substantial. And Ash says that she would not compare it to the M120 or the CREM, because she thinks the gadgets serve a completely different purpose, and of course they do. So that's the little comment by Ash on Nomad. So tell me what you think about these two operators. Like, their loadouts are quite insane. Their gadgets are actually very useful. So this season's going to be freaking awesome, I think. And I'm going to hate getting spawn camped by that damn pistol. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.